to the task, forcing the incomplete.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards, not quite.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And it's taken in at the 9. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start on the ground. Etienne, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Odafe Owe so quick, and he gets to him there behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Lawrence, and a catch made by his tight end Luke Farrell. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Lawrence on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Jaguars at 7-3 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Look at me. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Right back to Dobbins on first. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Hey, hold it. Get up. Go out.
To throw again on second down. Lawrence. That's complete to his tight end, Farrell. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. On first and 10, it's ETN. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Now Lawrence. Taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 32-yard line. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Raven football here as we begin quarter. So from the 36 now, first and 10. This time Jackson will throw it. And he'll just get rid of it.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Jackson. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there's things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That's good for a Jaguars.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Odafe Owe able to record his 5th sack of the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tackled by Calais Campbell, who was an all-pro with these Jaguars.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 17-3 cushion already, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dewan Smoot getting in there, recording the sack. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Jackson. Going to let one fly for Robinson. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Jackson. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. This one fielded at the 5. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Ravens 27, Jaguars 3. Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Ravens 34, Jaguars 3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Lawrence. And now here is another interception. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing it.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another tote for Etienne. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 41, Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening it up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well,
we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Man open is Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled.
You built up with your coaching staff. How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Jackson going to run. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Second down and goal. Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Play action. It's Jackson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to take over here up near the 40. Now they get a fourth-quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game,
the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Yep.
Now Lawrence to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there.
This big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Play action. Now Jackson. And this is taken in at the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. From the gun, it's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Ravens continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Complete to Christian Kirk. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That's going to be caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
13.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action now. Jackson. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard
On the double.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the 44, Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
He's going to take another shot here.
Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Jaguars come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Ravens, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll be back home next week to take